Katie Holmes is finally breaking her silence on her relationship with Tom Cruise and the powerful influence of Scientology. For years, the media has speculated about the reasons behind their divorce and how Scientology played a role in their marriage's breakdown. Now, at 46, Holmes is revealing details that were once kept hidden. From her early days as a young actress to her escape from one of the world's most secretive organizations, Katie's story is one that has captivated millions. In this video, we'll dive deep into the shocking truth about her marriage and what happened behind closed doors. Katie Holmes was just 23 when she met Tom Cruise. Her breakout role as Joey Potter on Dawson's Creek made her a household name, and her relationship with Tom Cruise took her even further into the spotlight. Tom, a global superstar, was known for his intense devotion to Scientology, a religious movement he had been involved with for decades. In the early stages of their relationship, Katie was introduced to the controversial church. She seemed to embrace it, even though rumors swirled about the ways Scientology manipulated its followers. There was a sense that Tom was determined to share his beliefs with Katie, which led some to question whether she had joined Scientology willingly or if it was part of the price she had to pay to be with him. As their relationship grew, Katie seemed to be more and more immersed in the world of Scientology, leading fans to wonder whether she was truly happy or caught in a situation she didn't fully understand. As Katie's relationship with Tom Cruise progressed, so did Scientology's presence in her life. Tom wasn't just a follower, he was one of the most high-profile proponents of the religion. His commitment to the church was so intense that it began to shape every aspect of his personal life. Scientology, for many, is a highly secretive and controlling organization, and it wasn't long before Katie began to feel its influence. The couple's every move seemed scrutinized by church members, and Katie's social circle began to shrink. She was isolated from friends and family who weren't part of Scientology, and her life became increasingly entwined with the church's doctrines. Katie's role in Tom's life was no longer just as a wife, but as a potential Scientology recruit. The pressure on her to conform to the church's expectations grew stronger, and it appeared that her own desires were often secondary to the church's demands. Scientology's control over Tom, and by extension, his relationships, was becoming more apparent. While many outside observers could see the cracks forming, Katie's eventual doubts about Scientology and her marriage weren't immediately obvious. However, by the time they were married in 2006, something had shifted. The turning point came when Katie gave birth to their daughter, Suri. Scientology has strict views on raising children, and Suri, as the child of one of the church's most famous adherents, was expected to follow these teachings. However, Katie began questioning the way the church dictated their parenting style. She wasn't the only one with concerns. Friends and family noticed her becoming more withdrawn, and reports of tension between her and Tom started to surface. By the time the couple was heading toward divorce, Katie had been struggling with her identity, caught between her love for Tom and the oppressive grip of Scientology. As she began to realize just how deep the church's influence went, Katie knew that for the sake of her daughter and her own mental well-being, she had to get out. In 2012, after 6 years of marriage, Katie Holmes filed for divorce from Tom Cruise in what seemed like a sudden and unexpected move. The media went wild, questioning the real reason behind their split. Katie had not only left her high-profile marriage to one of Hollywood's biggest stars, but had also taken Suri with her, requesting sole custody. Behind closed doors, it was clear that Scientology played a significant role in the breakdown of their relationship. Reports revealed that Tom's commitment to the church had been a source of constant tension, with Katie feeling more and more isolated in her marriage. While Tom was reportedly devastated by the divorce, rumors suggested that he had no intention of giving up his ties to Scientology, no matter the cost. Katie, on the other hand, had reached her breaking point. She had learned the hard way that there was more to her marriage than love. It was about control, influence, and conformity to a religion that she no longer felt was right for her. Katie's decision to walk away was a bold one, and the world watched as she emerged from the shadows of Scientology's influence. After the divorce, Katie Holmes stepped into a new chapter of her life, one that was free from the constraints of Scientology. Her career took a different direction as she sought to reclaim her independence and establish herself as an actress and mother on her own terms. However, the scars from her marriage to Tom Cruise and her time in Scientology remained. Rumors swirled that Katie had been shunned by some in Hollywood, particularly those connected to Scientology. Despite her efforts to distance herself from the organization, she faced constant whispers and unspoken tension. Katie began working hard to rebuild her career, landing roles in films and eventually making her directorial debut with the movie All We Had. Her new life was one of rebuilding relationships with family and friends she had lost while in Tom's world. But even as she sought normalcy, the impact of her past with Tom and Scientology was always there, lingering in the background. While Katie appeared to move on, the reality was that her life would forever be marked by her involvement with one of the world's most controversial organizations. Tom Cruise is, without a doubt, one of the most powerful figures in Hollywood. But what many people don't realize is that his influence extends far beyond just his acting career. Scientology plays a massive role in his public and private life. Hollywood has long been associated with Scientology, with several A-list stars, including John Travolta and Kirstie Alley, publicly supporting the church. The religion's controversial practices, such as the way it seeks to control its followers, have long been the subject of public debate. Tom's dedication to Scientology is unparalleled, and many speculate that his career choices, relationships, and public persona have all been shaped by his affiliation with the church. Katie's story is one of the few that highlights just how deep Scientology's influence goes. Her escape from Tom was not just about their personal differences, it was also about breaking free from the grip of a powerful religious institution. Katie's decision to leave Tom was a bold statement, but it was also a message about the dangers of allowing any organization to dictate your life. The lasting impact of Scientology on Hollywood remains significant, with many celebrities still choosing to stay within the fold, despite the growing backlash. After years of silence, Katie Holmes has finally spoken out about her experiences with Tom Cruise and Scientology. In interviews and media appearances, she has shed light on the emotional and psychological toll that her marriage and involvement with the church took on her. Katie described the pressure she faced for both Tom and Scientology, explaining how her every move was scrutinized. She admitted that it took years for her to truly recognize the hold Scientology had on her life and how its teachings affected her sense of self. Katie's decision to speak out is not just about telling her side of the story, it's about reclaiming her narrative after years of living in the shadow of one of Hollywood's biggest stars. Her revelations have sparked a wider conversation about Scientology's influence on celebrities and the dangers of joining a high-control organization. Katie's courage to finally break her silence has been praised by many, especially those who have witnessed the power Scientology has had over individuals in Hollywood. Tom Cruise has remained silent regarding Katie Holmes' public revelations about their marriage and his ties to Scientology. While he has been one of the most vocal proponents of the church, he has yet to comment directly on Katie's comments or their divorce. Some speculate that Tom's silence is a strategic move. After all, Scientology's policies are known to avoid public confrontation, especially when it comes to its high-profile members. Tom's allegiance to the church is well documented, and it's clear that Scientology plays a central role in his life. However, his refusal to address the allegations made by his ex-wife leaves many questions unanswered. While the media has relentlessly pursued answers, Tom's stoic silence only adds to the mystery surrounding his relationship with Katie. Could there be more to the story that Tom is not willing to reveal? Fans and critics alike continue to wonder what Tom truly thinks about Katie's decision to leave both him and Scientology behind. Until he speaks out, the truth about their marriage and the role Scientology played may never be fully known. While Katie Holmes has emerged as a symbol of strength and independence, her journey has not been without challenges. After her divorce, she faced a career that was, in many ways, stunted by her association with Tom Cruise and Scientology. Despite her talent and determination, she struggled to break free from the public's perception of her as Tom Cruise's ex-wife. Hollywood, which is often quick to forget, seemed hesitant to fully embrace Katie. The shadow of Scientology continued to loom over her career, and for a time, she seemed trapped in a cycle of being scrutinized more for her past than her present. Despite this, Katie persevered, and today she is an accomplished actress and director. Her success, however, doesn't erase the emotional toll of her past. The years she spent under Scientology's control and the fallout from her divorce have left scars that may never fully heal. Katie's decision to speak out about her experiences, however, is her way of reclaiming control over her narrative and telling the world that she is no longer a victim of her past. Today, Katie Holmes is in a place of personal empowerment. After years of living in the shadow of Tom Cruise and Scientology, she has carved out her own path. She is now a mother, actress, and director, and she seems more confident in her own identity than ever before. The public's perception of her has shifted from being the ex-wife of a famous actor to a woman who has taken control of her life. Katie's story is one of resilience and strength, And it serves as a reminder that no matter how powerful an organization or individual may seem, it is always possible to break free. As for Tom Cruise, his influence over Hollywood and Scientology remains as strong as ever. But Katie's story has opened the door for others to share their experiences and take back their power. As she continues to thrive in her career and personal life, one thing is clear: Katie Holmes has finally found her voice. Katie Holmes' journey from being Tom Cruise's wife to becoming her own woman is a powerful reminder of the importance of finding your voice. After years of silence, Katie's decision to speak out about her experiences with Scientology and her marriage to Tom is nothing short of brave. Her story serves as a beacon for others who may feel trapped in situations beyond their control. What will the future hold for Katie and Tom? Only time will tell. But for now, Katie has reclaimed her narrative, and there's no turning back. What do you think about Katie's revelations? Let us know in the comments.